Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I have for you a tart with mixed berries. I will start with the crust, for which I'm gonna use 150 grams of soft butter, 1 egg, lemon zest, a pinch of salt, 60 grams of sweetener, and 250 grams of flour, or a bit more if needed. In a bowl I'm gonna add butter with the sweetener, a pinch of salt, and I'm gonna start mixing these ingredients until are gonna be well combined and they will look almost like a paste. You can use a mixer for this stage, but I did a pretty good job just using a spatula. Add 1 egg and make sure to mix it in this mixture really good. Grate the zest of 1 lemon in the same mixture. Make sure to zest only the yellow part because the white one is pretty bitter, and we don't want the crust for this pie to be bitter. And start adding flour. I am mixing with the spatula as much as I can, but with your hands you're gonna do a pretty good job incorporating all the ingredients. If the dough seems too sticky and is gonna stick to your hands, you can add a bit more flour. I will stretch the dough with the rolling pin on a baking paper in an even layer, pretty thin. Oops, that was salt. No, don't add more salt. Flour a bit the dough in order not to get too sticky onto your rolling pin, and stretch the dough a bit bigger than the dish in which you're gonna bake the tart, because yes, we're gonna bake the tart in the oven. I will measure to make sure that the dough will cover the walls of my dish as well, and I will place the dough upside down with the paper up onto the dish. I will remove the paper, making sure that I will not break the dough. And with my fingers I will press the dough into the dish and into the walls of my dish as well. Cut the excess dough with a knife or a rolling pin and pinch the dough on the base with a fork. Place it in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and after that bake it in the oven at 160 Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes. And you will have to let it cool down completely after baking. For the filling, I will use 500 grams of frozen mixed berries, 40 grams of sweetener. If you want the filling to be sweeter, you can add more. Half of lemon of juice, cornstarch about 30 grams, and a pinch of salt. And in a pot, I will put the fruits. I didn't let them defrost, so they are still frozen. I will add sweetener over. If you use sugar, add it now. Add a pinch of salt to bring all the taste together, and juice half of the lemon. Pour the juice over fruit. Add cornstarch. Mix all of this together and place it on the stove on low fire until the fruits are starting to defrost, the juices are releasing, and all the mixture is gonna thicken up. Take it off the stove and let it cool down completely. As you can see, some of the fruits are still full, so exactly like I wanted. For the crumble, I will need 25 grams of sweetener, 100 grams of flour, and 100 grams of cold butter. And first we mix flour with sweetener. I will add butter that was cold. I cut it in cubes, and with the tips of my fingers I'm just gonna rub it with the dry ingredients until we're gonna have a really crumbly sandy mixture. Into the baked crust, add now the filling. Level all these fruits nicely in the dish to cover all the surface. Sprinkle all the crumble mixture on top in an even layer, and we will bake this tart again in the oven at 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. We'll let it cool down completely after that. We serve this dessert with ice cream or just whipped cream. Either way, it's absolutely delicious and not that hard to prepare. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you here next time with another recipe. Until then, find reasons to smile.